All things in this video are alleged and are from my opinions only. They are used for entertainment purposes. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Today, we are going to be discussing All the Queen's Men, Trick Daddy. It's crazy. As we all know, this episode picks back up where it left off with Madam and Concierge, where she had the little razor at his neck. And even in that conversation, they end up coming to a truce. Basically, that's all it ended up coming to. Next, we'll see where Midnight is being Midnight. He's screwing everything. I would think Midnight little Peter Weedy be done fell off by now. It ain't fell off yet. Because him and this girl that wanted to do this rape fantasy is just too much. We're gonna see where Amp goes to see his mother, and she apologizes to him, lets him know that she knows she has a lot to make up for. She tries to rush him into moving past everything that transpired, which he said he can't just get over everything that's happened because he was 19 when he got locked up. He didn't have anybody that was there for him. Of course, we know Madam was there for him, but as far as his mother, she wasn't there for him. And he says that his father hated him. And I guess he pretty much made the mother disown him in a way. And he did ask his mother, had she left the father? And she said she had. And she was telling him that the hubby controlled the money and everything. And of course, he was like, you could have left him at any point in time because he's 19, he's in jail, he had nobody that was there for him. And most women would, leave whoever it is and be there for their child. And he was letting her know that she was not there for him. And she was like, well, we need to move past this. And he was like, we can't just move past that. And you don't have the right to tell me that I need to just move past something when you want me to move past it. So he has let her know that he's open to trying to rekindle a relationship with her. And she lets him know that, she's going to be in Atlanta for a while because the grandfather left her Maddie B's. So, he gets ready to leave. She tells him that she loves him. He tells her that he loves her too. He never stopped. And, it was really touching and emotional scene. I feel like Amp does have a lot of anger issues. I feel he has a lot of trauma. He needs therapy. He really do. But I just don't feel, a part of me feels like the mother is not being 100% authentic. I think she's still holding a lot back. And I'm starting to wonder, did she really leave the hubby or if they still together, because she's in cahoots with somebody. Now, who the heck she's in cahoots with, I don't know. But my thing is, does that affect Amp, or is it just something that affects Madam and their sister and Carla? If it just affects those two or if it affects everybody, I don't know, but we're gonna see how this thing plays out. The next scene we're gonna go to is where Blue goes to see her therapist, and she feels a way because she's blaming herself for Vicky getting unalived. Of course, she's blaming herself because when they were trying to get the people out of the room with the gas, Blue said, leave Vicky. We'll get the guys out first. Of course, you would say that because the guys are the money makers. The guys are the ones that they get their money off of. Vicky was just a fluffer. She was just a fluffer. But now she's feeling guilty about that, and she's trying to get past it. The therapist is like, you know, the therapist thinks Vicky got fired, which she didn't. She get fired. She got to worry about she ain't coming back no more, but she definitely didn't get fired. I just feel like Blue is dealing with a lot, so it's a lot going on. I don't think the therapist is working for anybody. Now, once she finds out everything that Blue is in the middle of, then she's probably gonna be working for somebody, because Blue got this therapist from her soldier friend. So I don't think nobody is, doing all of this and that. But I do think Blue is trying to not speak on stuff as much as she can, because she don't want everybody to know everything that's going on, which I understand, because Blue is an assassin. Of course she don't want everybody to know that she taking people out of here. Of course she don't. Anyway, and talk about having her do some kind of treatment that won't require her to talk as much. And I'm like, what is that? She gonna put her under some kind of psychosis or something? Which later on in the episode, it looks like they may have put her up under something. But hey, who knows? Next, we'll see where Fuego is sitting here trying to find these people that unalive Sandra. And he's trying to become, now we know Fuego is the computer nerd, the geek. Why is he out here trying to fake like he's gonna be about that life, and we know he is not? Fuego, you are not about that life. You just are not. You are not. Of course, 2 Second D shows up, and I guess they're getting ready to go work out. And he asked him if he knows anything about Smash and Dash or whatever it is. And of course, he was like, he knows about it. And he tells him, he asks, who body did they try to put on you? And he was like, my ex-girlfriend, Sandra. Of course, Fuego had asked 2 Second D if he had unalived somebody. And he was like, if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Why? Because that's how people get caught. If I've unalived somebody, why would I come tell you that I unalived them? That's why we know El Fuego is not about this life. You are not. Now, why are you sitting here trying to be? I understand you want to get revenge or whatever the case may be, but you ain't about that life, homeboy. You are not about that life. Because even in that conversation, when he was talking to 2 Second D, he was trying to figure out if he had what it takes to unalive somebody. And El Fuego, I can answer that for you. You do not. You do not. Listen to me, and listen to me clearly. You ain't got it in you. You do not. Now, if for some miraculous chance that you actually go about committing to unaliving somebody, it's going to surprise me. It is. It really will. Because Fuego, you are the geek. You're the geek squad. You are the, what is that, Best Buy geek squad? Yeah. You ain't about that life. So don't try to become about that life when that's not you. Don't try to do, I understand you want to feel like you are doing something to help you feel better about what happened to Sandra, but you're not, because Madam is a part of that. And don't get me wrong, Madam has done a lot of stuff. And it's sad, because I know Madam is wrong in a lot of the stuff that she do. But I'm rooting for the little gangster. I love me some Madam. I'm sorry. I know she wrong. But I love it. I love it. I do. But anyway, Fuego, again, you ain't about that life. You really not. So we do find out that the lab tech, Naima, she tested positive for PCP. And basically, I guess what Doc did worked in his favor, because with her testing positive for PCP, all the cases, the labs that she's worked on are inadmissible in court. So, Detective Davis and the prosecutor said that she has ruined all their cases. So they tell her to leave. She's suspended, or they sent her home until further notice. Now we know the girl isn't doing PCP. We know she is. We know she got dropped that in her whatever that was she was drinking. So sorry, girl. Sorry that you got to go down for Madam. But then, they're trying to make it seem like, because they saying that the labs, they are required to be notified. But now Detective Davis and the prosecutor are talking about not sending that information to the higher ups. So they're saying they don't know nothing about the labs. They don't know nothing about it. So they finna try to cover that up, that she tested positive. And they're going to bite them in the ass, because we're going to find out, because we find out that Madam knows that she tested positive for PCP. So if they try to bring that information in, they're going to talk about how they have hid information, because if they found out that she tested positive and they haven't brought that to everybody else, her side, Madam lawyer and stuff, will be able to use that against them, because I don't feel like they know that Madam knows, but she does. But anyway, next we're gonna see where Midnight's trick, the girl that he been screwing, that had this rape fantasy, pops up at his apartment talking about she could do all this stuff if he was in a relationship with her. Midnight said he ain't a one woman man. He like taste the rainbow. He like to be here, there, everywhere. So she gets in her little feelings, because I'm like, girl, why is you trying to be in a relationship with a dude that you been paying to screw you? Did they that good? Evidently, it's that good to the point you done paid for him multiple times. Now you want to be his girlfriend. So then he ended up turning around and screwing her right there with the door open. Guess that's no surprise, because when he ain't screwing somebody, his little pecker, his little Peter Weedy, it gonna fall off one of these days. Because it turning black or something not too long ago. Dude, put that thing up. It's just crazy. We'll see where Madam and Tommy can't get in touch with Blue. They don't know where she is. Madam is feeling uneasy because she's saying it's too quiet. Of course, Tommy is saying that it's because that you and the concierge have come to a truce. Madam said, no, that's not it. It's this case. It's making me uneasy because it's just too quiet. I feel like something getting ready to pop off. So she says she needs something to release, some kind of way to relieve stress and to relax and release. Of course, Tommy tells her he's going to set some up. And Tommy has all this fancy stuff. He's just a chef with all kind of stuff. Tommy is the jack of all trades. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Tommy is everything. He's the jack of all trades. We find out that Trouble was suspended, and I can't remember the guy's name. The one that faced, I can't think of his name right now. The little dorky one that got his little Duke ran into last season. Either way go. He's telling them, he's telling Quincy about how Trouble got suspended. Of course, Quincy is like, he don't give a flip by Trouble, because Trouble was a bitch to him, so he don't give a damn if she's suspended or not. But he feels like they should just dance and mind their business. Ultimately, just dance and mind their business. So he's like, cool, whatever. That's what they're gonna do. We see where Tandy goes to see, not Tandy goes to see Madam. Madam goes to see Tandy. She lets her know that she's been subpoenaed in her case. Madam is trying to find out what she's doing as far as it relates to the property next to Maddie B's with her eminent domain. Of course, Tandy says she's on her side. She's going to testify on her behalf. She's going to see what she can do about everything that Madam asked for, including the tickets that she wants to disappear. The next scene, we're going to see where Trouble is outside of the club because she can't get in the club because she's been suspended. And of course, Face walks up to her, calls her broke and all kind of stuff. So Trouble's like, that's fine. At least I don't have a gay stalker. And she tells him that Quincy is gay and he's a stalker and that he stole his underwear. And he has a bunch of pictures of him in his locker. See, this is why people need to mind their business, because you don't know what's going on. You assume this man was gay. And you assume he was a stalker. But I guess I could see why you assumed he was a stalker, because he had all the pictures in his locker. But if you hadn't even went in his locker, you would never saw those pictures. So that's why you need to mind your business. That's why you hating from outside the club. You outside the club right now. You are outside of the club because of you and your stupidity. And what's going to happen is you unalive champ. But the way you going home, girl, you finna get yourself unalive. For real. Okay. We will see where the lawyer goes to see Madam. He lets her know that her trial got an extension. She lets him know that she knows about the lab testing positive for PCP. And of course, the lawyer tells her that she needs to settle down. He said he's good, but he can only do so much. So he wants her to calm down. They need to get some of this heat off the club. And I guess she's going to try to. He leaves. Doc comes in. She tells him thank you for what he did with the lab tech and gave him a stack of money. He tells her she didn't owe him anything. Of course she don't. She done did a lot for y'all. She don't owe none of y'all nothing, but she pays him anyway. And he leaves. Finally, Blue shows up. She asks her if there's anything that she wants to tell her. Of course, Blue says no. And we'll end up seeing where Face busts into the amateur locker room, and I can't remember this guy's name for nothing. But anyway, he asked the guy where was Quincy, and he was like, he don't know where Quincy is. And he was like, where is Quincy's locker? He don't know. And he gets the crowbar and he goes beating on the lockers, and he finally knocks the lock off of Quincy's locker, and he see all the pictures of him in there. During that time, here comes Blue, and he's like, he's gonna go unalive somebody. Blue like, not up in here, you not, because we got too much heat on this club. So whatever you need to do, because he's like, respectfully, it's not your business. And Blue tells him if it's in relation to Madam and her money, which is anything that happens in that club, it is her business. So if anything that he wants to do outside of that, he needs to do that outside of the club and on his own time. So of course he walks off. He has little feelings. We're gonna see where Amp tells Dime that he went to see his mother and they're trying to work on their relationship. She tells him she's all about giving second chances, they back together, whatever the case may be. Whoop-de-doo. She goes up on stage and then announces the dancers. Of course, the dancers come dance. Next thing we're gonna see is where Tommy done set up Madam's all her bells and whistles, which she has is two women and guy tied up and stuff. and Tommy asked to join in the festivities. Of course, he brought her little vibrator, and Madam tells him not now, lets him know he can leave. Madam go to directing her, all the women are directing the lady on what to do in this little freaky sex exchange, this 50 Shades of Grey or whatever they trying to pull on this scene. So, she directs them on whatever she wants, tells the lady to slow down, she ain't ready to come, whatever the case may be. So she plays with herself while she's watching them. She got this voyeurism going on. Anyway, is that. Next, we're going to see where Trouble is outside the club trying to hustle outside the club, baby. She is out here trying to sell some kind of drugs outside this club. And we know that Club Eden has a strict no drug policy. And she was like, Madam is not going to know. And old dude was like, well, she ain't going to find out for me. But I'm like, ain't this cameras all outside this club? Ain't cameras all outside this club? Baby, you mad because you been out here. You unalive champ. You couldn't deal with that. So the pressure done bust the pipe. So you right here popping Molly and being stupid in the club. But then you want to get mad because you done got suspended. Girl, you finna be unalive. Watch. Keep playing with Matt. Keep on. Keep on, Trouble. You gonna be up out of here. Anyway, the next scene we're going to see is where Dime is throwing up. And, of course, they would play that where Dime ends up pregnant. Come on, y'all. Why Dime got to be pregnant? Why Dime got to be pregnant? And I just don't. And please don't make her be pregnant by 2-second D. Come on now. Don't let them 2 seconds be. Don't do that. Because then, and if she hasn't told Amp that her and 2-second D did the 2-second do, then of course they're gonna cause issues because we know 2-second D is gonna swear up and down his baby. I feel like it would be Amp's because it's too soon for her to be pregnant by 2-second D. This just literally happened the other day. It's too soon for her to be pregnant by him that quick. So I feel like it's going to be Amp's baby, but we're going to see how this thing plays out. The last scene is where, the guys are trying to tip out and Dime lets Quincy know he's done a great job because, he racking in the dough. Of course, he got a little chest out, swelling his little bird face over there with his face looking facey. So now he mad and he feeling some type of way because of first, what Trouble done put in his head. Then he's went to the locker and he saw the picture, so he don't know what's going on. So he get into it with the dude. He's calling the dude gay. And then, of course, he hit him. And Quincy is like, that's not it's not what you think it is. And they're like, so what can it be? How can you make this right? And he pulls out his phone and say, dude, it's 99.9% you daddy. And let him know you my daddy. He's sitting there looking stupid, like, what you talking about? Because they trying to calm him down. They're like, what you talking about? So by this time, Midnight has gotten the phone and he's reading the paternity results. And the paternity results says that it's 99.9% positive that Babyface, you are the father. So while you sitting here trying to call this man gay and he's stalking you, and the only thing he was trying to find out was trying to verify that you was his pappy. And he has found out you is the daddy. It's a 99.9% chance that Face punk ass is the daddy. You the daddy. You the daddy. You the daddy. You the daddy. Anyway, that's how the episode ends, where we find out Face and his slanging peen has finally caught up with him, and he done made a baby out here in the streets, and his baby is old as Methuselah, because this boy is at least, what, 20? Shit, he might be 25 for all I know. Either way it go, Quincy is Face's child, son, and we're going to see how this play out. Because, you know, Madam is going to say, take care of your responsibilities, Face. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Bye.